Only people with flu-like symptoms can be freely tested for COVID-19 in the Netherlands, if they're lucky enough. Some say they had to wait up to 4 days to get an appointment at one of the testing centers. Infection rates have gone up dramatically and have reached an international high in the past week. Hospitals are struggling to treat patients and have had to cancel operations.
The situation is very serious in the Netherlands, particularly in Amsterdam, The Hague and Rotterdam. We're short of hospital beds, we still have some ICU capacity, but with the rapidly increasing number of corona patients, we are also very concerned that we will run out of ICU capacity.
After the first wave, the authorities implemented a test and trace policy in an effort to contain new infections. But due to recent explosive numbers, contact tracing of infected people has become impossible. More than 8 months since its first infections, the Netherlands is still struggling to test people with COVID symptoms. Every day, thousands can't be tested due to a lack of capacities in laboratories. Some health experts say this is one of the reasons the government COVID response is failing dramatically.
And you need strong leadership.
That's the other thing lacking, according to a team of experts giving input to the government, like Gauri Krishna, who worked on the SARS epidemic in Singapore.
And in my point of view, this is absent in the Netherlands. And I think this has led basically to the lack of an adequate and clear coordinated response.
But the government says this is a democratic country, we can't apply the same rules as they're applied in China or in Singapore.
This is a crisis. In a crisis, you need leadership. So I think that argument falls short in the case of an emergency.
She blames the government for putting the responsibility solely on individuals about whether to wear a face mask in shops. The government made a turnaround last week after months of saying masks don't protect against the virus. It's now advising people to wear one.
I think in some situations that's better because now it's like in some places you do have to wear them, in some places you don't. So that confuses a lot of people, and for example in the supermarket you don't think about bringing your face mask.
I think it's good that in the Netherlands we have a freedom of to have our own choice. You know, we are smart people, you know, and.
But smart people with the highest COVID infections in the world right now.
I know.
Despite the rapidly rising numbers, the government doesn't want to impose stricter measures as of yet. Prime Minister Rutte has called the Dutch public childish and even anarchistic for not following social distancing guidance. But if infection rates continue to go up, new measures might be announced soon. Vaessen, Jazeera, Amsterdam.